May I come in, sir?
No, come in. बैठिए.
Thank you, sir. Good morning,
नगमा तबस्सुम, वेरी नाइस. आप मोतिहारी की हैं. गुड.
Yes, sir.
मोतिहारी में भारतीय इतिहास में खासकर प्रसिद्ध है कुछ घटनाओं के लिए, बताइए उनके बारे में कुछ.
Sir, sorry, sir.
मोतिहारी भारतीय इतिहास में कुछ प्रमुख घटनाएं हुई जिसने भारत की पूरी दिशा पर प्रभाव डाला, उनके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
सर, मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री में जो चंपारण का रोल था, चंपारण सत्याग्रह में, तो सर महात्मा गांधी का फर्स्ट सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट जो था, एक्सपेरिमेंट, दैट वाज कंडक्टेड इन चंपारण इटसेल्फ. और सर यहाँ से एक वाटरशेड मोमेंट था इंडिया के नेशनल मूवमेंट के लिए, जहाँ से जो किसानों का सर कारण था वो अफेक्टिवली इंटीग्रेट हो पाया.
If you like, you can speak in English. मैंने देखा आपने इंग्लिश कहा. You can speak in English, no problem.
So it proved to be a watershed moment for Indian national movement, and here on the reason of peasants and their interest got effectively integrated with the course of national movement in coming time.
Good, but how do you rate the Mahatma Gandhi's contribution in getting independence? Was it solely his efforts, or there were significant contributions from others?
Sir, it was not solely his effort, but when he came to the platform of national movement, he effectively utilized the consensus among the masses, and he led the mass movement in most effective way and in an integrated way. He was able to give an expression to the content of the masses in a most meaningful way. And before the advent of Mahatma Gandhi in the course of national movement, the movement was more in elitist in nature. When he came to the picture, the movement became the grassroots movement, which shaped the national identity of India in coming times.
You see, people said that Gandhi ji had a soft option. Chori chora, he withdrew after 2 to 3 days. Yes. 1942 Quit India movement was also not that very. It was really the effort of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose which forced the English to think about independence. What is your view?
Yes, sir. Sir, both leaders were equally respectable and they were commendable in their job. But the way of fighting with British with respect to Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose differed in significant ways. Like Mahatma Gandhi gave importance to the means over the end, but Subhash Chandra Bose was more focused on achieving the end in itself, and he was ready to use any means to oust the British from the land of India. So that was the major difference between
Now, let me say artificial, this is the date of artificial intelligence. Something called GPT is also going on. You will tell me something about GPT and also say how is it good for society? Is it killing the creativity of our generation? And are we likely to become slaves of robots?
Yes, sir. Sir, GPT, generative transformer. I'm sorry, sir, I'm forgetting
GPT will do.
GPT, it is a chatbot which was built by OpenAI, and it is based on generative AI concept, which is built on a large language module that effectively produces a conversation like a human, more like a human. And when we put questions, it feels like you are talking to a human being rather than a robot. So it is said that it is a revolution in the field of AI because it is going to replace the job of humans in near future. But sir, I think whenever a new technology comes in the picture, so it is certainly going to replace some form of labor from the market, but it also provided the opportunity to reskill and upskill your labor force to create a new sort of niche in the market. So I see AI as a huge opportunity for India as well as the humanity at large to seek a new form of skills to and so create a new arena for research, innovation as well as advancement in our lives.
Okay. Naghma, I will now put some controversial issue in front of you. I hope you retain your calm and cool.
Yes, sir.
See, you belong to a minority community. In India nowadays, it is said that minority community is being oppressed, particularly due to introduction of hijab. Then there was a triple talaq law was changed, and now there is an effort to force in UCC.
UCC, yes, sir.
How do you feel on these three issues? I have a unbiased view.
Okay, sir. So first issue you mentioned?
Hijab. Triple talaq, and Uniform Civil Code.
Yes, sir.
Both are said to affect the minority community in a wrong way. What is your view?
Yes, sir. Hijab issue was recently very much in news due to the incident that happened in Karnataka itself. But sir, I see hijab as more as an expression of a woman, how she believes to represent herself in the public place. But sir, I also see hijab. It must be the choice of women rather than the it should not be sir forced from above or a religious. Prerogative for that matter. I think sir it should be the choice of women. If she wants to wear a hijab, it is good. If she doesn't want to wear a hijab, the choice should be respected. And the second case of
Triple talaq.
Triple talaq. So triple talaq was also called sir talaq-e-biddat. Sir, it was already abolished in many of the Muslim countries, but India it continued from several years. So the Supreme Court had to intervene in the matter and had to abolish it by banning the triple talaq in India. Sir, I see it as an emancipation of women and giving more expression to the right of women in that case, and it is a positive thing. But sir, there was some conception about it that the state should not intervene in the personal matters of religion. Because it is seen as a restriction to the minorities' rights or freedom in India. And so the matter of UCC, it should be UCC becomes the part of our constitution under Part 4 as a directive. So the forefathers put it under the Part 4 because they wanted to build a consensus from below to make it happen in the country. So if UCC comes in near future, sir, I think it should come in a more in a like in stages. It should implement in stages rather than forced from the above. And sir, if it comes, it will surely provide gender justice because most of the organized religions have been oppressive towards women. So it is like securing more equal society in India and an egalitarian society.
Frankly,
Yes,
just
sir.
a simple answer. If you are in a position to influence decisions on these three subjects, supposing you get in a higher position, will you support this or not? These three, or women emancipation you talked of.
So if it is driven to make a more equitable society, I will surely support it.
Thank you. Please.
ठीक है नगमा, आप ये बताइए कब किया आपने ग्रेजुएशन?
Sir, I did my graduation in 2014.
और उसके बाद से क्या
So
कर?
thereafter, I did my master's in technology with computer science and engineering, and after that, I have been preparing for civil services.
कितना साल हो गया होगा?
So yes, sir, it has been 4-5 years. So actually, I am married, and it took me a while to figure out what career I should choose. And I was very driven by the charm and the opportunity that civil services provided. So it was intentional on my part to not seek a career in private sector. So I took my time, I took a break, and then I decided to prepare for civil services, and here I am.
Your father is trackman
Yes, sir.
in railway, na?
Yes, sir.
What? Tell me something about your family background.
It's my family background. So I have a younger brother who is 8 years younger than me, and he's currently pursuing his undergraduation in medical sciences. My father is trackman, and my mother is a homemaker.
जो बैकग्राउंड था उस बैकग्राउंड में आपकी पढ़ाई कैसे, कहाँ से की आप और कैसे की?
Okay, sir. So my education was my primary education, higher secondary education was done from government school in Motihari itself. Thereafter, sir, I went to Aligarh Muslim University to pursue my 10+2. Then I did my BTech in Information Technology from Integral University, Lucknow. Then I came back to AMU to pursue my Masters in Technology with Computer Science and Engineering.
एक्चुअली मैं इसमें जानना चाहता हूँ कि ये स्टडी में कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट तो नहीं आया किसी प्रकार का?
Sir, no, sir. Sir, it was my personal ambition to pursue to go outside my to step outside my village, because I was from the very beginning driven by the inspirational women that I came across while reading the books and all. So I was always driven by the idea to do something larger in my life and to contribute, to reach a position where I can contribute to the society in more meaningful way. So I decided to give my examination to AIM.
One question.
Yes, sir.
History is your optional subject?
Yes, sir. History is my optional.
What is difference between movement, basically women movement of India and women movement of Europe. Basic difference.
Basic differences. So the history of women in Europe was, so the start of beginning of the movement was more towards the demand for the political rights. For example, a right for voting right in Britain, for example, in 19 was very long drawn, and it was in 1920s, I think, where, if I'm not wrong, sir, they got the right to vote. And sir, they have been a very important pillar in the nation making in Europe also. And so in India, the right was more for equality in a very grassroots level, like in domestic sphere, for example, the parda system, the sati system, and the child marriage. So here the problems were more related to the socio-religious construct of the society rather than the political right. It was very later phases in national movement that the right of political equality came into the picture. And the movement was led not by women, but the leaders of the time. And the women, the participation of women itself was at very low level.
आप यदि यूएस में देखें, ब्रिटेन में देखें, तो आपको वहाँ पर देखने को मिलेगा कि वुमेन को जो पॉलिटिकल राइट मिला वो बाद में मिला, यहाँ पे जल्दी मिला।
हाँ सर।
तो फिर जो आप डिफरेंस बता रही है वो तो यहाँ नहीं हो रहा है।
So I mean to say, sir, that the women movement in India was more related towards a socio-religious construct rather than the political construct.
अच्छा, ये मॉडरेट और मिलिटेंट, इस दोनों के मेथड एंड स्ट्रेटजी के बारे में।
Yes, sir. So moderate leaders were more inclined towards the constitutional methods of fight, whereas the militant class of leaders were more towards the radical movement and the mass participation within the course of national movement. So in this aspect, they diverged from their paths. But their end was the same, to secure right for more participation for Indians in the administration, as well as to fight against the British rule. So,
can I conclude? You just wasted your 6 years in the BTech and the MTech.
No, sir. Sir, it was during my BTech and MTech that I shaped my thinking towards the society, and I explored the dimensions that I would have never explored maybe if I would haven't done the engineering course.
Is there any area after the selection in the BPSC where you have utilized the BTech concept?
The concept that I read in my graduation, yes, sir. Sir, we are seeing government is putting a lot of thrust on e-governance nowadays. E-governance has been a major tool in bringing good governance in India in terms of transparency, accountability. So I will definitely be using my the learning that I acquired during my graduation and post-graduation within the governance and administration itself.
What is the meaning of e-governance?
Yes, sir. So if we define governance, the governance is the way administration and the delivery of public services is conducted within a country. And if we see e-governance is use of multiple ICT technologies to deliver the public services within the administration. So it has revolutionized the way we do certain things in administration in last few years.
In the sequence of e-governance, we have heard about the DigiLocker. What is DigiLocker?
So DigiLocker is an initiative of government where the certificates, that academic certificates and other identity cards that we have is stored digitally on the app, and we can use the documents stored on the DigiLocker for the purpose of authentication at different institutions.
What is the basic significance of DigiLocker?
So the basic significance will be ease of access. And ease of authentication for the citizens in the country.
Okay, आप डायरी राइटिंग लिखती हैं?
Yes, sir, I do.
क्या लिखती हैं उसमें?
So my thinking, my thoughts, whatever, if I'm puzzled about something, and if I'm sitting with my set of tasks that I have to achieve or I have to do.
क्या आपके पास इतना वक्त है और क्या आपके माइंड की कमी है? ये जितनी कुछ आप लिखते हैं वो तो आप माइंड में भी सेव कर सकते हैं।
Definitely, sir.
ठीक है, तो कितना वक्त है आपके पास लिखने के लिए?
So it takes me around 10 to 15 minutes daily. Either I do it in the morning or before I go to sleep. So it makes me understand my thoughts. And I read a quote somewhere. Can I say it here?
Yes.
I write to know what I understand. So I use my diary writing for the purpose of this. And also it provides a tool for self-introspection.
What you wrote yesterday, कल आप क्या लिखे हैं?
कल सर कल तो पूरा दिन मेरा ट्रैवल में चला गया था बिकॉज आई केम फ्रॉम मोतिहारी टू पटना सो आई रोट व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू फॉर द नेक्स्ट डे मॉक इंटरव्यू दैट आई हैड टू गिव हियर सो आई प्रायोरिटाइज्ड हाउ आई वाज गोइंग टू स्पीक एंड ऑल सो लिटिल बिट अबाउट इट
गिव मी सम आइडिया अबाउट द AMU.
So Aligarh Muslim University started. It started as an education movement by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan in later 19th century, and he first established Muhammadan Anglo-Oriental College in 1870s. Then the movement itself expanded and acquired a form of shape of university in 1920 as Aligarh Muslim University, and now it is one of the leading institutions in our country.
What is your preference?
As a post preference?
Yes.
Bihar Administrative Service, then Bihar Police Services.
Then?
Bihar Police Services.
Then?
Revenue Services.
Then?
So then it's education office, education service.
आपने education को सबसे last में क्यों रखा?
Sir, last means it was my fourth, I think.
Fourth.
Yes.
Fourth as compared to administrative.
Yes, sir. So because I put Bihar Administrative Services at the top because it provided.
No, I want to ask
why I put education. So it wasn't thought. I didn't thought in such way. I had to put something at the top. So I chose Bihar Administrative Services because anyhow I will be doing things about education as well as health and other areas. So that is the reason why I put Bihar Administrative Services at the top and education per se at the fourth.
Okay. Thank you, Naghma. You can go. Your interview is over.
Thank you, sir.